What is good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Cage is back. It is time for transfer talk, and there's a few items on the agenda today, so we're just gonna have to get straight into this one because this could take a while in terms of a short form video. But let's get through them, because first of all on the docket is Habib Diarra, who we've been linked with and bid for and everything else in between over the last few weeks. Well, according to Africa Foot, who have been up to date with the Habib Diarra news, by the way, the 21 million bid that we put in before has been rejected, but we have now submitted a new bid of an estimated 23.8 million. So with that being said, in terms of the bid, it does mean for me that there's indications from the player that he would be interested if we can agree a deal. Apparently there's a 3-year contract on offer, which I mean, we can talk about contract lengths and everything as well. I mean, we just signed Jakob Biel to a 5-year deal, but if we get relegated, he'll be gone next season. You know, that's how it goes. But the length of the contract doesn't concern me. But there must be indication from the player that he would be interested in talking to Leeds United if a fee is agreed. So I'm glad that we're still in the race for Habib Diarra, just purely on the basis that he makes this team better. And it's not even close. He makes the team absolutely better from a quality standpoint. From a number standpoint as well, we need to replace players, but you just don't replace players with anyone. There's no point doing that. That's how you get relegated. But yeah, I'm glad that Leeds United are reportedly still in for this one. And again, we'll keep an eye on this one. Everton are supposedly interested as well. It's going to be, there's competition for this player, as there should be, because he is a top talent. And but it's good to see Leeds United haven't given up on the chase. Another one as well that we've been linked with previously. Does he want to come? Does he not want to come? Does he want to stay in Italy? According to reports, Leeds United have agreed a fee with Lecce for Krstovic for just under £20 million. But it's on Krstovic's side that he doesn't know if he wants to leave or not. And it's going to take some convincing to come. Now, I already hear the ones that can only see things with Leeds blood in their blood. Well, if you don't want to come, just leave him. It doesn't work like that in football. Players of certain qualities, especially as he wants to stay in Italy, he will need some convincing to come. It will take a financial package, as it said in the article as well, a good one, obviously, to come. But his preference is to stay in Italy. Now, if the Italian clubs don't move in for him, he's not going to have much choice but then just to stay with Lecce, which he's already said he doesn't really want to do after the season he's had with them fighting relegation. But this is where the Leeds, recruitment team and everyone else comes in to say, this is a project worth doing. We've just signed Jakob Biel. We're going after so. You can be a part of this, and this is how you improve us. And I do think that he's got the Premier League qualities. I've said it in videos previously to this. I don't need to go into it again. But it's interesting. Is this one on? Is this one off? But this is the latest update that apparently we've agreed to deal with Lecce, but it's on the player now to decide his future. And when he will decide that, I'm sure there will be both deadlines for both the player and the club as well, being Leeds United. We shall see. But yeah, apparently we have agreed a deal. Now, this one I shared yesterday, and Graham Smith has debunked it. Graham Smith of the YEP says that there has been no bid for Illan Meslier, and the interest from Fenerbahce has not amounted to a bid. So we are still stuck with Illan Meslier for now, people. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. May have a little bit more in just a moment too. But yeah, Illan Meslier, there will be interest in the goalkeeper for sure. But at this point in time, Fenerbahce isn't in his destination. But what I want to just say on that with the goalkeeper is that Sunderland have opened talks to sign Bolka from Nice. This is a really, really good goalkeeper. And it just makes you think that, people rate Patterson. I'm not too, convinced on him myself. But this is a goalkeeper that I do believe can be their number one. And you've got to believe that Reggie Lebris is going to use his vast knowledge of League One to get in gems like this. 25-year-old goalkeeper. This is a solid goalkeeper in every aspect of goalkeeping. Does everything well. So this is what I mean. What rival talk. Sunderland this is an ambitious move, really ambitious. And if they can get him, they've solidified their goalkeeping spot. So Leeds, we do need to get a move on with that, unless you are planning on opening with Illan Meslier, and that is where we protest. No, I'm joking, but hey, I would not be happy. Let me just say that. But I don't envision that happening, people. I don't envision that happening. Just another one as well on the long-standing interest in Gus Hamer. Ruben Sellers has been speaking recently about Gus Hamer and everything else at Sheffield United. And like with everything, He says that he wants Gus Hamer to be a Sheffield United player and that they don't need to sell. I mean, that's all well and good and cute, but we've been in this position before on our second year down just last season where, oh, yeah, we'd love to keep Somerville, we'd love to keep Gray and Jorginho, but then reality hits and players have ambitions, players do want to move, and his loyalty for me was towards Chris Wilder. It was the whole handshake agreement between them, Gus, please stay, and he stayed in the end. I don't think there's any loyalty to Ruben Sellers at this point. And if Leeds United are still able to get a deal done for Gus Hamer, please get it done, because this is a player that will, just like Habib Diarra, will make a big difference at this football club and in different ways on the pitch as well. But yeah, because Ruben Sellers has outlined his stance that he wants Gus to stay, but we know that that's not reality. And a player like him should not be playing championship football for another season, but we shall see. Now, this is where we come into some more news, people, because Brenden Aaronson has been speaking recently, and a lot of us have been putting him in packages to be sold. How much can we get for Brenden Aaronson? Well, Brenden Aaronson has been talking recently, and he has shut all this down. Now, I can see Charlie West. I know you're going to be watching this one. I can see you, tears in your eyes already. But Brenden Aaronson is saying that he's willing to prove, he wants to prove people wrong again, and he wants to perform at the Premier League level. Now, this is all well and good for Brenden Aaronson, but if the club had the ambition to replace him and get in 2 new /8/10s, then they would have to be firm with him and say, sorry, Brenden, you don't have a future here. The only thing that I do believe in why Brenden will possibly stay is because Daniel Farke's here. That's the only reason. And I've been fair to Brenden. There is no agenda for me. So US fans, don't come for me. I've been very fair with him when he was playing well for Leeds United in the Championship. Bigged him up every time. And I even said, don't look at his assist numbers because early in the season, he was like the pre-assist. He was doing the build-up work. But then he fell off a cliff. And that's through him being overplayed. That's on Danny Farke for overplaying him at times as well. But there was other players in the league that also played a lot of minutes, a lot of games, and they did not fall off a cliff the way Brenden Aaronson did for like the last 3 to 4 months of the season, which was a very long time for him to be anonymous in that position and constantly get picked still. So for me, this isn't, I've always been fair with Brenden, and I thought he did very well when he first came into the team. I thought he was doing a lot of things well, and even his pressing work was really well. But even towards the end of the season, and I know there's stats that back it up, his runs and the pressing had fallen off a cliff. It did. All of it fell off. And then he, subsequently gets left out of the US national team. I know he got recently recalled, but listen, Brenden, this is another one here where he's got something to prove. I don't want it to be at this football club. You need to be a good, solid player now. You know what I mean? There can't be any doubts with this. But at this point in time, it looks like it's going to be Brenden Aaronson and maybe another 2. But Brenden has all the intention to stay at the football club. There's also the question as well at this point, who is going to buy Brenden Aaronson for what Leeds United will probably look for? I'm sure he'll have interest in him after the year he's had, because overall, on the surface, it looks like he had a redemption season. But it's one of those where we may be seeing Brenden Aaronson pull on the Leeds United shirt for us in the Premier League. So I'm interested to get your thoughts on that in the comments. Let me know. Someone who will be staying, it seems, is Daniel James, DJ, who is close to agreeing a new contract with Leeds United, which for me is good news. It's one of those, though, where it's still a prove-it situation for me with Daniel, because he's had his redemption in the Championship, and we saw his composure get much, much better in this division, which hopefully will carry on into the Premier League. But he deserves a new contract. And I did say in the buy, keep, sell video, we do need to give him a new contract, because even if he doesn't work out in the Prem, which I think he'll do better this time around. I do. But even if he doesn't, he's got name value, so you can easily move him on if it doesn't work out. He isn't a player where we're going to be stuck with him for the duration of whatever contract he signs. He's still got, good name value around in the football world. But all I want from DJ and Leeds United at the same time is that because he signed a new contract, it doesn't mean he's the outright starter above anything else. We still need another right winger, and for me, we need a different kind of winger. I would like a right winger who's left-footed. I like just for us to change it up a little bit in that sense, because every single winger we've got is predominantly right-footed. But listen, I'm all for the DJ new contract. It's got to prove it in the Prem, and maybe the contract will mirror that as well, because apparently it's not going to be like the same wages when he first signed for the football club. Maybe he can work up to that. But yeah, I'm all good with the DJ news. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think in regards to that. I did want to talk about Lyon. This topic has been going hot over the past couple of days as Lyon, massive club, have been relegated to League Two, the second division in France, which is absolutely amazing. This is a big club, and they're about 200 million in debt. And there's no light at the end of the tunnel at this point when I record this. So there's no potential buyers that anybody knows of. And they're going to have to sell players. And for me, looking at this straight away, I've picked out two. I've got one, Georgia's Mikautadze, who I've already mentioned one Georgian previously. It sounds like I'm just trying to sign all of Croatia and Georgia players, but if you're looking for a striker and you can get him cheaply for a discounted fee, you get this guy. And this is what I'm talking about. No DCL nonsense. We've already got Mecha for our injury-prone striker. We've got Peru, who I still think will do well, but then we need another. And if this is the guy who plays in behind, good finishing ability, creative as well, good, just a good striker overall, back from when in his Mets days, then you absolutely go and get him, especially if Leon are saying, oh, we can, okay, we'll take 25 or 30. Oh, thank you. Yes. Listen, I would absolutely go for this guy, but Wolves have got a long-standing interest in him as well, who it seemed that they may bid for him again. But now Leon have been relegated to League Two. I think there's going to be a whole host of players that will get picked up. And I look at it much like we didn't get relegated, but when we had our financial issues, we were losing players for fees that had no business going for the fees they went for. We lost Boya. You know, we could have got 9 million for him one summer, and then maybe 6 months later was it? We lost him for like 350,000. We lost Q for 5 million. I mean, we got pillaged, didn't we, in our financial issues? And unfortunately, Leon find themselves in this position. They may appeal, they may win, but while there's dispute about that, why not strike and get him? But he's somebody that I would absolutely look for. Another one, this is an old link. Remember back in the old Bielsa days, but he's going to be 33 when the season starts. But we need good experience, and good experience is Nicolás Tagliafico, who's going to be a free agent, and we need a left back. Oh, I would absolutely go for him. Argentine international, vastly experienced at all levels of the game, top level leagues, Champions Leagues, Europa League, you name it, international, free transfer. You can't go wrong with that. So, and no fee to be paid. Why not go for him? Why not go get him? You know what I mean? So it's an old link, but hey, why not reignite it? There's a few players at Leon, but I just picked out those two just for the ease of the video. And I can see we're ticking on 13 minutes. So let me just get to the last one. And this is a game, I'm gonna be lumping them in, people. And listen, Brentford may do well. I'm not gonna, doubt what they're building there, but they've lost a lot and continue to lose a lot. Losing Thomas Frank is big. Mbuemo looks like he's going to move to Man United or Spurs. Still doubts about Visser. And this player here, who I've mentioned this summer, who I would have absolutely loved Leeds United to be in for, because I just think he's just an outstanding midfielder in so many aspects of the game. Christian Nørgaard, Arsenal are going in for him, and they've submitted an initial bid of 11 million euros, which is dirt cheap for a player of his quality. But Brentford want a bit more. Nørgaard wants to join Arsenal, according to Fabrizio. So we're not going to be in the conversation for him. But in terms of Brentford and the unknowns at that football club, hey, they might be joining, we might be dragging that kind of team down with us. So it's very interesting to see what's going on at Brentford. But listen, their recruitment model and everything else they've done has been A tier so far. But this is an unknown period for them. And if we're going to look to finish above a team, we've got to look at teams that have lost a lot of good players and good talent and replace them with unknowns. I still go to their goalkeeper, Kelleher. He's an unknown as a regular starter at this point of his career. So, yeah, Christian Nørgaard, by the way, 11 million euros. I mean, it's not the final fee. I'm sure Arsenal will have to, up that. But the fact that they think that's a ballpark figure is, for this guy, is amazing. But, yeah, people, just saying there, Brentford, Sunderland moves in and out. We shall see. Burnley, you know, they're about to sign their goalkeeper. But yeah, we need to do some more, people. Biol, the social media team have been rinsing the Biol content. I mean, hey, good morning, Leeds United fans. It's Biol day. I mean, it's been Biol day for the last 3 days, Leeds United. Okay. Next, who's next, as Goldberg would say. But that is the video, people. If I'm not back later today for whatever reason, I'm going to be away for a couple of days, but I'm going to take my phone, I'm going to take my, you know, mic, whatever I'm going to do. And if there's anything breaking, we'll go live and we'll do it, you know, from wherever I'll be. But listen, like the video before you go, subscribe to the channel. If you want to donate via Super Thanks, which helps me out and helps out the channel as well, please do that in the comment section. Big up to Mr. P for doing so. And thank you to all members of the channel. Thank you for that support. Big up to all members of the channel. It means a lot. See you in the next one, people. Peace out.